It is now day 57 of our 1000 Dawns, ladies and gentlemen. And for those who have been a little bit familiar with my uploads and stuff like that over the last couple of weeks, you may have also picked up onto the fact that I have a very strong emphasis of time when it comes to these videos. Because time is a subject matter that, quite frankly, I do hold a little bit close to my heart. And hopefully by the time April begins, which is not too far away, you'll understand exactly why. But for reference, here's just a few things that, for those who weren't in the loop already, the clocks went forward an hour from today. Well, from last night, I should say. So that means that, by and large, everybody loses an hour of sleep. However, it also means, by and large, we get an extra hour of daylight. Or maybe, as things stand right now, an extra hour to cram as much into the day as possible. And I know a fair bit about cramming, ladies and gentlemen, and a fair bit about making the most out of every single thing I have, which has also been a bit of a key factor in a lot of these videos. It's being resourceful and manageable with time. Because I, as well as, well, probably you and I know that sadly, we don't exactly have all the time in the world. So the thing to do is to make the most of your time as in where it may be. Now, of course, I mentioned this in my long form video of being 101 days on the wall, so to speak. But it bears repeating because guess what? When I recorded that video, that was nearly 14 hours ago. And in the space of that time, I must admit, I've spent about the last 11 and a half hours sleeping. Honestly, because that which also just demonstrates a little bit of a shortcoming, as it will, with these the way I do things, is that I will physically and mentally cram so much into the day that I literally will sleep for more than 10 hours at a time. Probably not the best idea, and it's probably not exactly an elegant solution in the bargain as well. However, it does present this more of an idea more than anything else about the shortcomings, if you will, of trying to fit as much in, because you also need just about as much time to rest and to regain your strength. That idea is not lost on me by any means, but what is a little bit lost on me at the moment is, well, how much progress am I actually making throughout the day, and how much progress am I making, well, when I'm not working, when I'm resting. That might seem a little bit of an odd thing to say, but let me phrase it another way. In the intervals, of which there sadly aren't many nowadays, when I'm not working, I'm either relaxing in some form or putting my mind to other uses, such as planning ideas for other videos. In fact, I'm glad I had the sense to do this yesterday, because even though my room already is littered with books of ideas, of references and stuff like that, I also bought one of these handy dandy little notepads, and already they're starting to be scrambled with ideas for videos, shorts, long form ones, things I've wanted to do for many years anyway, but things that still keep coming back to me, as though it's almost like having unfinished business, so to speak. So taking all of these things into account, how about during this period where the clocks have changed into what they call British summertime, if you will. I know technically it isn't even the beginning of spring yet, although I think spring is like less than a week away, because we're just about in the beginnings of Holy Week. But we have all this going ahead. So therefore I suggest, whilst we have this extra daylight, we make the absolute most of it. I want to be able to come out the other end not quite the same man as you see before you. But that is going to demand an awful lot of work. However, fortunately, in lieu of all this, I am not exactly what you would call shy from hard work. And I'm not exactly what you call shy from challenges. So therefore, there is only one thing for it, and that is, as they say, to get back to work. And I think that's just about what we're going to do. So in the meantime, I'll see all of you guys again next time. Thank you.